What's up, YouTubers? Johnny DIY here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to flush and change your coolant in your car. Here's the radiator. This is where your coolant goes. And here's coolant reservoir. And you should change this about every 5 years or 150,000 miles if you use the long life coolant, or when the coolant gets dirty. And you'll be able to tell just by checking in your reservoir, and if it's kind of brownish, dirty colored, then you're going to want to change it. Let's go ahead and take the cap off. Make sure this is semi-cool. Alright, so we got our drain pan down here. Now, you may have a engine cover underneath here, and if you do, you're going to need to remove that. But here's this thing right here. This is your petcock valve on the radiator. And we're going to go ahead and unscrew this. Now we're just going to let this drain. We're going to let this drain all the way out. While that's draining, let's go ahead and clean out our reservoir. Now this one's pretty easy to take out. I'm just going to unscrew this reservoir, then I can dump out all that old nasty fluid. But on yours, you may have to just siphon pump it out of the reservoir. Maybe easier just to do that. You could use like a turkey baster as well. Might take a while, but alright, let's pull this out. Now we'll dump it in here. Alright, we'll go ahead and put this reservoir back on. There we go. Now all the coolant's drained out. We're gonna want to go ahead and tighten our little petcock valve back up. Now this thing's just meant to go hand tight, so you don't have to wrench it down. Okay, so now we got all the dirty coolant out. So now what you're going to want to do is go ahead and buy some distilled water. And what we're going to do is we're going to fill up the radiator all the way in here. Then we're going to fill up our overflow reservoir too, you know, just to the full line. And run your car for about 2 weeks, maybe a month. Make sure that you're doing this during the warmer weather when you're not, you know, reaching freezing temperatures. And you know, I've already done this. I did this, you know, a month or so ago. So then you're just gonna drain it again, and then you're gonna pretty much get all the old fluid out. And I recommend getting this long life coolant right here. It's good up to 150,000 miles and 5-year protection. Right here, you're gonna see it says 50-50. Do not add water. That means this is 50% distilled water and 50% coolant. And make sure you get this 50-50. If you get the regular full concentrate version, you're gonna have to cut it down with another 50% of distilled water. But you can save a couple bucks that way, but this is the easier way. So now we're just gonna pour our coolant into the radiator directly. We're gonna pour it in until it fills all the way to the top. Alright, it filled the radiator up all the way. Now we're going to want to fill our overflow tank up. There should be a line on the side. It says F. Just fill it to that line. Go ahead and put your cap back on. Also, I forgot to mention, you can find out your capacity in your manual or at the auto store. They should know your capacity for your radiator, so you'll know how much coolant to buy. And make sure you dispose of this coolant properly, this old coolant. Some auto stores will take it. So a lot of people may just put the cap on and think they're done, but you're skipping a crucial step in the process. What we're going to do is we're going to have to get the air out of the system, make sure the air is out of the system. So how you do that is go ahead and leave the cap off the radiator. We're going to start our car up, warm it up, and now you're going to want to put your heater on all the way hot, and then you're going to want to put it on full blast. So now with the heater blowing full blast, this coolant's going to recirculate. See, it's already gone down. That means it's not all the way full. So we're going to let the engine run with the heater on full blast so the coolant can go through the whole system. And then we're going to add more and top it off. So I'd run it for about 10 minutes. You can add coolant as it's running. It's a good idea to keep an eye on your temperature gauge in here too to make sure it's not overheating. Alright, that's good. It's a good idea to keep some coolant in the back of your car so you can top it off if you end up ever having a leak. Or after you've done this, maybe you want to check you know, one more time to make sure it's all topped up. Now we just need to put our cap back on. There we go. Alright guys, if you like this video, could you give me a thumbs up please? Comment, check out my other videos, subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching Johnny DIY guys. Keep on doing it yourself.